We're never going to stop until killer cops are in cell blocks. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Justice for Tyrone West.
Justice for Tyrone West.
Justice for all victims.
Yeah, I'm just going to be real quick. Tawanda was mentioning that next weekend, next Wednesday, for West Wednesday, we're going to have 4 p.m. State's Attorney's Office. Just so people know, the State's Attorney's Office is in the SunTrust building. SunTrust building, I think it's 120 East Baltimore. If you go to 120 East Baltimore, it'll be like that corner. You'll be able to see everyone else there and find it. There is something important to say just quickly so people know about the SunTrust building. The State's Attorney's Office is on the 9th floor, and I think they have a couple other floors. But if you go and say, I want to go see the State's Attorney's Office, I want to deliver a letter for people, I want to talk to Marilyn Mosby or an official that I can compile a complaint or something like that, you go up to the 9th floor. And one of the things that we have to deal with in this city, amongst everything else that we have to deal with, is that they're hiding in a private building. Because when you go there and you say, I demand to see somebody, they say, I'm sorry, this is a private building, get out. This is a public official who will not meet with the West family. And we can't even get in there to say we demand that meeting because they hide behind it's a private building. It's a private building. They're going to call private security to get your ass out of there. And believe me, there's been some of us who have gone and done that, and they will call private security, who will call the police, and they will, under the force of law, remove you from going to petition your government. This is not only ridiculous in general, it's ridiculous if you take into consideration, which I don't know if Tawanda mentioned tonight, this family went out and canvassed to get Marilyn Mosby in office. People might not know that. When she was talking about Greg Bernstein earlier, Greg Bernstein was the state's attorney before Marilyn Mosby, and he fucked over the West family by giving all the officers immunity before they even spoke to the officers. Tyrone West was murdered by 12 to 15 officers. The state's attorney said, y'all are guilt-free without even speaking to them about what happened. All right, so this family busted their ass, passed out flyers, went to different places, spoke up about Marilyn Mosby and got her elected, and she won't even take time out of her day to call them, to meet them. We've gone and interrupted public forums for her to answer questions, and she won't have none of it. She says, I need new evidence to open the cases. The one statement we've gotten out of her that she released to their Sun reporter, one piece, she said, I need new evidence to reopen this case. The family goes out and gets an autopsy report, and what do they say? Oh, you gotta hand that over to us and we'll take a look at it. Even though we can tell you exactly what it says, which is he did not die of a heart attack or a heart condition that was unknown. He died of positional asphyxiation, meaning David Lewis, a 300-pound Morgan State officer, sat on his back as he breathed his dying breath. That's what that means. He couldn't breathe because David Lewis, after having been beaten and tased and maced, David Lewis sat on his back while he breathed his last breath. And Marilyn Mosby won't take the time out of her day to say, you know what, Tawanda, you're an important person, not just for your family, not just for this movement, but for the whole city. Tawanda is an amazing person, and she won't even take the time to say, let me hear what you got to say until you know to your face. I don't got anything else to say. Fuck Marilyn Mosby, is that cool?
Fuck Marilyn Mosby.
Fuck Marilyn Mosby.
All right, George.